Hi guys, my name's Gord the Canadian Gamer, and I'm back with a brand new episode, well, series of Planet Coaster with the anniversary update along with the Adventure Pack DLC added. Alright, so just gonna start out here. Uh, just like my old series, they've just made a lot of changes to the game. Since my last series with regards to how your staff are, um, and some additional DLC. So they put up that challenge. Okay. Uh, so this is on the standard hard. So you get your two rides, Wild Blue and Venetian Carousel. Let's just turn off the pause music. Play soundtrack. Um, I think I do that. Yeah. Alright, because we don't need that playing in the background right now anyways. So those are the two rides you get, and then there's a couple coasters now you start out with. The Looping American Arrow, the standard looping coaster, and this Swinging Mine Train, which is with the Adventure Pack DLC. So that's that. So as you can see, you only start with $2,000 in this park. On the hard, you only start in the... Oh, this is in challenge, not career mode. So you only start with $2,000. Which isn't going to do much for us. So immediately what we're going to do is we're going to go to the finances and we're going to take out the two loans that you're able to take out to give us 17,000. Okay. We're going to start with the path, the main path, and we'll just keep it in the same color that they put here. So keep the angle snap on because I don't want to just, I want to go proper straight. This is also the tropical setting, not a custom biome, so this is tropical. So what I'm going to start with is I have blueprints for a good roller coaster to start, which is based on a roller coaster that's in my local amusement park. And this thing will generate cash for you very quickly. Okay, let's move my table a little closer. So if, for those of you who haven't played this, if you just tap the Z key, it'll rotate your ride 45 degrees. If you hold it down, you have the option of actually turning it to face the way you want to. Okay. Also with the blueprint, I'm not exactly sure why, but they tend to not be at the right height. So to change the height, you hold down the shift key, and we're just going to bring this up until that helix gets above the ground like that. Okay, so there we go there. And then we're going to place that there. Okay, so this is... Now, you can change this so you have the queue and exit on the same side, or in this case, as I have it set up, the queue is on this side, the exit's on that side. You can change those so the queue's on the other side and the exit's on... There's a bunch of options there. So, placing the entrance, we're going to place the entrance here, fill up the queue, and then place the exit on the other side. There we go. Okay. Now, something new in the update that they added is you can, with certain roller coasters, back in the beta, you could just, well, actually, it was the alpha, you can just, whatever track is necessary for the different type of trains, you could put whatever train you wanted on to it. This track has two types of trains were allowed, the D-Gen and the American Arrow. I prefer... I'll zoom in close so you can see the change. I prefer the D-Gen. Okay, this is the older style roller coaster train that would be on this track. And that's the newer style. So the over the shoulder restraints are slightly different, and the shape of the train is a little bit different. If you want to change the train later, you can, but you'll have to retest the ride before you can open it again. And the game's on pause, so we can just flip it into test, because that's going to need to happen before the guests will get on it, and then it'll give you the ratings for excitement, fear, and nausea, which ideally you want these all in the green, but these two are going to appear in orange, which is still fine. We're going to charge $13 for the tickets to get on it. There's going to be no entrance fee to get into the park for now. Okay. And then in the operations of the thing, see, we have block bricks, so it's defaulted to 2 trains. I can put a 3rd train on, but that would, just so you understand this, that would put the 3rd train out here where there's a block, but I like to leave a block open just so the train doesn't stop on the hill. We're going to tell it to wait for a full load. Alright, I don't want a minimum wait time, and the maximum wait time is going to be 90 seconds, a minute and a half before the thing. We don't need to play with the time that has to elapse between dispatching of the trains, because by the time that people fill this up, enough time has passed for the other train to be passed this block once the other train gets to the top of the hill, so they don't stop. So we don't need to play with that. Priority pass we can worry about later, because A, we don't have the information booth to sell the passes for the guests, and B, we're not going to have the kind of the number of guests where that would be beneficial. Okay. Next, we're going to set up the queue path for it. So here you have your normal path, these are nature paths, and then your queue lines. So I'm sorry if you hear my annoying neighbors in the background yelling at each other. They're idiots. So in the queue here, I like the wood for this one. So we're going to change the platforms to wooden platforms, right? And then we're going to change. I hate when it does that. So we'll put that in, and then change that back to the path I want, and then change that back to the queue I want. So the width I put at the maximum amount, just it's easier for the lineup. And this space here, this first space, when we eventually need to add the priority pass, that'll be where the priority pass exits back into the normal line. Then we're going to go like this. We're going to slant down. We're going to line up with the edge of the station, so it's not going to go past the station house. We're going to go like this. We're going to go down another one. We're going to come up. And we're going to turn again. We're going to keep going down. Like so. We're going to go flat. And we're going to turn. And we're going to turn again. And we're going to come down to level with the ground. And then, now this queue line may seem absurdly big, but believe it or not, it's necessary, especially when you get up to the thousands of guests in your park. This queue will fill right up, even to the point it may be full, and more people can't line up. Alright, so that's a simple, nice queue path. Then we're going to do the exit. Now the exit path, I want it to be the minimum, which is the same as the maximum of the queue line. So we want just 13. And again, I'd like the wooden exits, but I don't want it to match the queue house's wood. Okay, so we're going to go like that. Then we're going to turn. Then we're going to come down. I think we may be able to do it with just ramping. We might not. No, we need to go a little bit steeper. So since we have to put in, stairs. Oh, and then we'll put the stairs, go flat down. Just so you know, to make your paths go on inclines, you hold the left mouse button down and then move the mouse up and down. And then when you let go, it'll auto place the path for you. All right, so that's our exit there. Okay, so our roller coaster is set up. Once the testing's done, the guests will be able, I can open it and the guests will be able to ride it without any issues. I'm not going to put in the Venetian Carousel yet because I want to research more family rides to build a little family area, but we do need a second ride. The roller coaster isn't going to generate enough income on its own. So we're going to put in Wild Blue, which is one of my favorite thrill rides in this game. So, the one thing I really like to do is have it so the planes go flying over the main path, because the guests do react to rides and stuff going if they're walking by. So this looks like perfect right there. So the entrance, we're going to place that way back here for the guests to run in and get on the planes. And then the exit, normally with most of these thrill rides, I like to put the exit as close to the operator's booth so the mechanic doesn't have to walk too far to get, like, to fix the ride or whatnot. But I'm actually going to put it here because that's still not much of a walk. Okay. We're going to rename Wild Blue 1 to Wild Blue because there's not going to be more than one of them. I'm not sure why it's making me... Oh, because I haven't connected the entrance, that's why. But before I connect the entrance, excuse me, I want to change some things. So I want the floor to look like that. Just hang on, I'm going to mute you while I clear my throat. Sorry about that. And then the exit path, I like this colorful cobblestone right here. So that's what I'm going to put there. Then we're going to do the queue path. Let's go with the cobblestones, kind of keep the same theme going on. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Now, this queue path, while it does look long, is when we get a long amount, like a fair amount of guests into the park, it will become full because this is a very popular thrill ride with the guests. The next thing we have to worry about is food and such. And I have discovered putting food on the main path is not a good idea. You need to make kind of little areas for the people to move into so they're out of the way of guests trying to get to rides. So we're just going to put our first little area there. Now, under the shops and facilities, we have a new thing with the anniversary update, the staff building. All your staff now, with the exception of ride operators because they're not considered staff for some reason, have to rest. They have an energy level, so you have to have staff building. So your mechanics need to rest, your janitors need to rest, your security guards need to rest, and your vendors working in the shops also need to rest. So you have to have a staff building for them to go rest at to recover their energy. So we're going to start with the bathrooms because that's super necessary. Just like rotating with the rides, you just tap the Z key, it'll give you the 45. Or you can hold it down and make it rotate to the exact position you want, but I want them facing this way straight, so that's not an issue. So the bathroom you don't need a lineup for, so we're going to put that there. Now if I add more shops, the grid that's appearing, it's because they become one building. So we're going to add the staff room back here. Okay. We want chief beef, very popular food stall.
Mmm, tasty.
Okay. And then we need a drink. So the only drink we have available right now is Cosmic Cow milkshakes. So we're going to put that in there, and that's going to sit right there.
Cosmic Go!
Uh-huh. All right. And that's all we need in terms of uh, facilities, shops and facilities. The thing is, we're gonna, I don't know why it changes that to 2. We haven't put in 1, so we'll change that to 1. Then let's add the extras for the burgers. So I don't put gherkins, but there you go. And I don't put bacon. So there you go. So ketchup, mustard, lettuce, cheese, tomatoes. And then we're going to sync it. So if I add another chief beef, this is already set up for me. I don't have to worry about it. There's, their standard prices seem fine. If you put those extras in, the people won't complain about it. Okay, so that's chief beef done and it's open. So when I unpause it, the shop will open and there'll be a shopkeeper in there. Cosmic Cow milkshakes. So for the strawberry, we're going to add marshmallow and ice cream. For the vanilla, we're going to add marshmallows and ice cream. But for the chocolate, we're going to add fudge pieces, ice cream, and chocolate pieces. So there we go. And then that's all set up. And again, a vendor will appear when I unpause the game. So now we're going to go into the staff menu. So I'll show you our vendors that we have. So there's 2 vendors that you can't see right now. Now their roster assignment, I don't want them assigned to the building that they were created in. So we want them free roaming and we want that one free roaming. And then we need to add staff members. So this is the new thing, hiring vendors, not to a shop. And this is the new mascot with the Adventure DLC. This is also the King Ghoster, is also the new, if you get the Spooky DLC, that's the mascot that comes with that. We're not putting in mascots or entertainers right now. What we need is, we're going to need 1 vendor to rotate out the staff while when they're tired. We're going to need a janitor. Okay. Um, oh, my internet just went out. Um, we're going to need a mechanic, right? And then we're going to need a security guard. Okay. So that's that. So that's all the staff people we need. Now the next thing we're going to need for the people is benches and garbage bins. Sorry, it's cold outside, so I've got some sniffles and whatnot. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to uh, put garbage cans near the entrances for the people to uh, throw out their trash. Uh, Try and put them as close as I can. I'm probably going to want to move those later when I add theming to the queues, because that is something you need to have to make the guests willing to pay more to ride your ride. The other thing is, if you see this dotted line, this is actually my park territory where it ends, but this is the entrance to the park here. If I don't put bins and stuff on this path, it tends to get full of garbage. So we're going to put bins there. And then we're going to add benches for them to rest. So I'm just going to put in 3 benches there, 3 benches there, and another set of garbage bins. And that's all I'm going to put before the entrance. Now on this side here, I'm going to add bench here. And then it's going to get kind of weird because of the curvature of the path. So I'm not going to worry about putting any more there. And I'm going to put one there, and one there. And then we're going to add a garbage bin as well, right there. And then some more benches, which they're only going to be able to put 2. And we're going to put a garbage can. We're going to put another garbage can. And then some more benches for the guests to take a seat after they come off the ride. Now we're going to do the other side of the path. So again, we're going to start. They have enough. I don't know. Sorry, I lost my thought there. So anyway, garbage bin, then this, then this, and this, then another garbage bin, and then some more benches, and another garbage bin. If you put bins too close together, the AI of the guests will get confused on which bin to throw their garbage in, and they'll do this weird kind of almost circle where they don't know which one to use. They'll kind of like look at that one, then look at another one, and get kind of stuck. So keep that in mind when you're placing garbage bins and stuff. I don't really want to put a bench near the bathrooms. So we'll do the garbage can right beside. And I don't know if it's going to let me put a bench in there. Doesn't look like it. So we'll leave that like that. Then we're going to put a garbage bin over here. There we go. That's where I want it. Now, some benches. And another garbage bin. And then on this side, what I'm going to do is try and kind of line up my garbage bins as best as I can visually. And then bench, 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 garbage bin, bench, 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 garbage bin, bench, 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 garbage bin. So that kind of takes care of like all the garbage bins we need and places for them to chill out. I'm actually going to add a few more benches along this side before the corner here. So I'll add that and that. And it's being weird about placement there, but that's enough. Okay, so that's set up. The next thing we're going to look at in the park management, if you go to the overview here and you go down to ticket prices, like I said, we're not going to charge to get into the park. And by the way, if you're not playing on the most powerful PC, you can make a park capacity the maximum guest set so it doesn't cripple your PC down to a frame rate that's unusable. So we're going to open the park at 8 a.m., but we're going to close at 11 p.m. So the longer you make your park hours, the more money you make each day. However, that's going to put in a night cycle, which means we're going to need lights for the guests. Whoops, that's not the right thing. I need scenery. So we're going to go here under props, and we're going to go here under lights, and these are the lights I have to choose from. This came with the adventure pack, this came with spooky, this came with the adventure pack, this came with the adventure pack. We're just going to use the generic lamppost. So we're going to put lights. Now, keep in mind, it costs money every month to run your lights, so don't go nuts with at the beginning with how many lights you put in, because it costs you money. And what I'm going to do is hold down the shift key for a sec. That's how you raise and lower these. And then let go. That'll keep the lamppost at this level, whether there's stuff in the way or not, unless you have like a line to surface clicked on or whatnot. So that'll keep it so my lights don't pop like float in midair, because that's not what I want. So we're just going to add lights. For outside the park, we're going to add lights here. Flip the light around so it's facing the right way. We're going to add a light here and another light here. Okay. We're gonna put a light at the entrance. Just gonna, now again, this is because I'm holding the shift, like I held the shift key, so it keeps it at this level. So it'll actually put it inside that booth there. I didn't quite get it exactly where I want, but it's good enough. Next thing we're gonna do is right where the V kind of ends. Put some lights there, and then I'm not gonna put another light on this side, but I am gonna put a light. Actually, let's put it on this side of the garbage can. Put a light there. We'll put a light there, and we'll put a light there, and another one here. I'm not going to light the queue paths until I do the theming for them. And again, because these cost money to run every month, you want to kind of put in as little as possible at the beginning. You can always add more later when you're flush with money and you don't need to worry about your running costs because you're making way more money than it costs to run your park each month. We're going to do the same thing on this side now. Light here. We're going to put a light there. We're going to put a light there. We're going to put a light there. And I'm going to put, let's put one there by the entrance of the ride. Now we're just going to light our area where people eat. So we're going to throw a light there, we're going to throw a light there, we're going to throw a light here, and then by the seating, we're going to throw one there, and we're going to throw another one there. Then we're going to do the other same kind of thing to the other side here. So flip that around with the Z key, put a light post there, put a light post there, another one there, and then one at the end. And there we go. That's pretty much all the lighting I think we're going to need for now. If you right click, that'll automatically deselect the item that you're on to quickly get you out of doing that. And then we'll close that. So as you can see, we're just above the 2,000 we started with. Next, we want to have some research going on. Now, we want to Gulpy gives us 3 different types. It gives us like Gulpy Slush, Gulpy Soda, and Gulpy Energy. So 3 different drink styles. So we want that for sure. And as I said, I want a family area. So I want to add a gentle spin cycle. Okay, because that's a family ride. That actually is the Whirly Rig. It's a kid's little Ferris wheel. It's themed like pirate. It's cute and very popular, so we're going to research that as well. Under our finances with our loans, as you can see, this defaults to $1,500 for the payback, but you can lower it to $1,000 for the minimum pay. Like the least you can pay back each month is $1,000, and we're going to lower that for now until we get money coming. This one you can put to 250. I'm just going to put it to 300 because that's enough there. We're going to charge a little bit more than the default. See, that can be turned on now that I've done that. We're going to make this a little bit more than the $9 default price. We're going to make it 10. I don't think the guests will complain about that price. Okay. I'm just thinking, have I missed anything that we need yet to start the game? And I don't think we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. It's already in test. We're going to go to the ride camera. We're going to go into first person mode, so we're sitting in the ride. And then I'm going to unpause the game and put you guys on mute so you can enjoy Dragonfire. Okay, so we're just coming in from the test. So, and there's our results. So we can now turn this on. All right, so the guests are now to ride that. And now basically we can sit back and wait for guests to show up. There's our vendor that we hired just roaming around because nobody needs to be rotated out of their stalls. See, they're there. Okay. Wild Blue is defaulted to play music called Flight of the Valkyries, but it gets rather irritating to hear that over and over. So we're just going to put that on no music. And again, I forgot to change this. This should be waiting full load and no minimum wait time. And that'll do that. That's a really cool ride. I'd love to ride that in real life. Now, as you can see, because I added a roller coaster, the amount of people coming, like being attracted to the park, is quite high. We'll probably end up with like 300 guests somewhere around there, which is great. And because it's free for them to get in, uh, they're not going to complain about the prices for these rides that have no theming attached to them. Um, that's a cool ride. So yeah, these guys are excited. They're just running. They're probably heading to Dragonfire. Yeah, so they're heading to Dragonfire. You can go to the guests and like view first person from them. So you know they're like super excited. Ran to the queue. Now they're gonna go ride Dragonfire. These are all their needs. Right? So hunger, thirst, energy, happiness, whether they need to go to the bathroom or they're nauseated. If you have a first aid thing that helps with the nausea, and I believe there's actual injuries of some kind, or I may be wrong about that, I can't quite remember. Also, a new thing in the update with the bathrooms is the cleanliness. The janitors will actually go in and clean the bathrooms now, and if they don't clean them and this gets too low, this green smoggy gas comes floating out of the restroom, and your guests start complaining that the place is disgusting, much like real life. So that's what's fun. Why did I just have guests all of a sudden vanish into thin air? That was strange. I've never seen that before. So yeah, like you can just see, like, look at the floods of people coming in. Just more and more and more. We're already at, like, there's 90, over 100 guests now into the park, and they're still coming. And again, it's because this roller coaster, while not like a super awesome roller coaster, it draws the people because, you know, uh, almost people of all ages, I guess, can ride that. Almost. I mean, I don't think the little kids do, but like these ones might not, but I'm not sure. But they will ride Wild Blue and stuff. And if we look at my challenges, build a coaster with 3 excitement. Well, we did that, so I get $1,000 for that. Build a coaster that reaches 64 kilometers per hour. I'm not American, I work in kilometers. So we get that reward. So we just got 2 grand put back into our account, which is good for paying off our loan. And as you can see, the people are just flooding everywhere into our park. Um, Our research of new rides is going on in the background as well. So if you go to the park management here and I go to research, you can see like 17 more days and we'll have the gulpy stuff, which we don't need right away, but it's good for later. And in 47 days, we'll have a new ride. And under the staff tab, now if I go to all staff here, it gives me, this is a new thing here with their energy level. Okay, so this is their happiness. Now that's what I forgot to do. When you hire them, you should give them a little bump in pay to keep them happy. The default pay, they're never happy with. So we bump that up, that should keep them happy. Okay. Over. So this tells us our guest summary. I wish there were more rides. Well, there's not much we can do. They love that park entry is free. Like all this stuff in green is great. right? And there's also a guest summary menu here. So this gives you the breakdown of the groups. So family groups, obviously the minimum because we have very little stuff for families. Teens is going to be the highest because of that roller coaster. And then adult groups, same thing. So as you see, we're getting into the night and those lights have all turned on. And you'll also see like rides like Wild Blue that they have lights in the floor here. And when you see this come around, when the arm comes around on the back of the planes, they each have a little light on the back of the plane. It's very cool. Just to let you know, I don't have a super awesome video card. I have a half decent video card. So this is on the standard graphical medium default. So this is what medium graphics look like. Um, so yeah, we've already taken care of that. So it wants a park balance of 20. That means a balance, you can find that out here. Right now our balance is 7. 20, it means is there enough for families? Is there enough for teens? Is there enough for adult groups? To get a balance of them. Like right now I'm more to the adult teen balance rather than families because these rides are both meant for adults and teens, not young kids really. But the next section that I want to build, as I've mentioned, is a family section. So, like, this ride is going to become part of the family section. Um, and then hopefully it'll pop up another family ride for us to research. I don't need to mess with roller coaster stuff. This is scenery theming stuff. We'll get that in. That's a first aid. See, I can research that now. Tiki chicken. And that's fantastic. Stuff we don't have enough. We don't really have enough guests to warrant adding any more of those things into the park right now. So we're not gonna worry about that stuff right now. You can also click on here and see what guests think of things. Like on Thursday after Cheap Beef 1, which is fine. They can go to Cosmic Cows here. Um, And under Cosmic Cow, say, I need the bathroom, which is right there, that's not an issue, and refreshing drinks, so, Oh, so there is crime in this game, so a theft. One of these guests, she got her stuff stolen. Now, hopefully at some point our security guard will figure out who did that and chase them down, but he may not. As you see here, uh, we don't have a vendor to replace in the shop. So I gotta figure out, first of all, where are you going? Don't know why you're not heading. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's what I forgot. The staff room, yeah, it's at capacity. That's the problem. So we need to bump that up to 10, and that's for being underworked. And we're gonna do that and confirm. Okay, so I'll go through what I just did, because I did that quickly. Your staff buildings, uh, like I said, you have to worry about more that he's gonna go open that back up, thank gosh. Okay, so it wasn't closed for long. The capacity, the maximum is 10, but like I said, you gotta worry about your vendors, your security, your janitors, and your, mechanics. So you gotta make sure there's enough, spots. Like, she went wandering, she left her store and went wandering because she was tired, but there was no room for her to go rest. And then you can add a perk. So healthcare, that's for when you have a super busy park, that helps them when they're being overworked. I added entertainment because right now we're not going to be so busy, so underworked. Social will gain happiness faster. Learning, bringing their training date forward so it doesn't take as long before you can train them for some. What is going? Okay, you know what? I I don't know what is going on with that, so maybe I'll just move the lamp post. I don't know why these guests keep getting caught there. That might be some weird bug I need to worry about. Because that's the second time I've seen them come around that corner and disappear. But we have had guests, so it's not like they can't get to it. So I'm not exactly sure what was going on. It could be something weird with the path. He doesn't want to drink. Just looking at his thoughts and... Oh, so this is our pickpocket. So we're gonna eject this guy. I just happened to find that he was the pickpocket. Now you're gonna see our security guard come running up to him when our security guard... Oh, I think he's resting right now, actually. Yeah, he's resting right now. So he'll be out soon enough, and then he's gonna kick this pickpocket out. Okay, I don't know what is going on with these shops. So, I don't know why they keep disappearing. That's really weird. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this building, and we're gonna move the entire... Actually, no, we're gonna edit it, and I'm just gonna move some of the buildings. So, I don't know, maybe it's too close to the right. I don't know what it's... Let's delete that. And let's delete that. Okay. So we're gonna be done with that. I'm sorry, I don't normally have this issue. Alright, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna leave that building like that. And what I'm gonna do... Those guys are gonna disappear when I unpause the game. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the food buildings over here. I've never had this trouble before. I'm glad I'm seeing it though, so I can fix it. So we're gonna add chief beef. Gonna add chief beef and cosmic cow. We're gonna put that there. Alright, so we're done with that building. Alright, so we're just gonna move. If the quick hotkey to move something is just M, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna move stuff out of the way of the path. That's where it belongs. And we're gonna move this lamp over here, right? And then we're gonna move the bench right over there, and we're gonna move that bench over there. And we're gonna move the lamp for now, and then I don't know if the bench isn't gonna fit there yet. We need to move the garbage can there out of the way. Do that. Move that over there. Move the lamp out of our way for a second. Move the garbage can over there. Then we're gonna move the lamp back there. And then what we're gonna do, this is duplicate right here, which is also Control D. We're gonna duplicate, and we're gonna put the lamp there. Alright. Unpause. So yeah, like I said, those two are just gonna disappear. We've got a weird path now. That's unfortunate, but whatever. So now what I want to do is reveal Gulpy. So now we have those Gulpies available. But what we're going to do, we're going to go to staff, the vendors. Okay. Why do we have so many vendors now? Did it just put them in? Alright, so these two idling, we're just going to fire them because they're not necessary. And the two that just got hired, we're going to give them a bump and make them free roaming. And maybe it just sent those two to the staff room. I don't know exactly what happened there. So we'll unpause that. There we go. And hopefully we don't have this weird bug now. the other thing I'm gonna do is A, gonna delete that, and B, gonna bump that up, and we're gonna edit that, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the staff, room there for now. Then I'm gonna go into the path. I'm gonna remove that path. There we go. Now we got the proper line. Then we're gonna go back into this and edit it. And I'm gonna click on the staff room, and I'm gonna move that. Yeah, see, it doesn't like. Alright, so we'll move the staff room there. Wonder if it'll let me move the bathroom over. Ah, see, my security guard's going to get that pickpocket I told him to eject. So we're gonna put that there. That's gonna be done. That's gonna be done. And now our garbage can, I'm gonna move up beside the bathrooms again. Alright, and we're gonna add some benches. We're gonna add a bench there, and a bench there, and then another garbage bin there. And then on this side, I'm just gonna add a bench, and we're good. Let's duplicate that lamp. It's just easier than going into the menu, and we're gonna duplicate again, and we're gonna put that there, and that should do it. So did it... Wonder where he went, or if that guy got away. That guy might have gotten away. Now, I may have to re-edit these shops, I may not, we'll see. I don't, but I do have to rename that as Chief Beef 1. And I do have to rename that Cosmic Cow Milkshakes 1. But at least I don't have to change all the changes I made. Alright. So, I don't know, maybe it was a weird thing, but... Alright. Never experienced that, where the people go to get something and then just disappear. Vanish into midair. Alright, so as you can see, this is a very popular ride, and the other thing is, there's not a high capacity for number of guests that can ride at once. Oh, there he is. Oh, wow. Okay. So, that's fine. There we go. So, he's already been ejected. Now, the thing is, when you catch thieves, as you can see here, it resolved one crime, and it gives the person that got pickpocketed their money back. Which, in turn, the guest is grateful and happy about. Like, hey, I got my money back from that dirty, rotten thief, and they can go ride on rides. Especially considering right now we don't have the ATM machines for people to take out more money. So when they run out of money in the park, they'll end up leaving because they can't go on any rides or anything anymore. I'm just hoping that the fact that I broke these into separate buildings and put them on the other side has stopped that weird bug that was happening that I've never seen before. So we'll see. It looks okay. I mean, the guests are getting burgers. Alright. So, oh, I thought my game froze for a sec. So the thing is, as you can see, we have $4,000 now. Go into the finances, we can see if we're actually making money. And the couple months that's the average month. The first month we actually generated $213. That's pretty impressive. We're not losing money. But one of our research projects finished. Now, pip shot is like water and juice and stuff like that. Um, um, Thing is, I want to get all the scenery items out of the way as well, so I'm not limited to what I want to put in the park. Um, in terms of lamps, benches, walls, types of walls, and stuff like that. So we're hitting our second night. All the lights are going to turn on again. Looks like I solved that weird bug with the guests just disappearing when they get near an entrance to the shop. It may have something to do with the being too close to the ride or something. I don't know. But it seems to be running properly now, which is fine. I don't mind the shops being on the other side of the path, opposite the bathroom, so that doesn't bother me at all. Bathroom cleanliness, not bad. Hopefully our janitor, this guy over here, keeps that going under control. Our staff building seems good. There's one person resting. Both the shops are open. Oh, so here you go. She's gonna go relieve one of the shopkeepers. So now you get to see what that looks like. So she's gonna walk over to the side, nod at him. He's gonna hop out, and she's gonna hop in. And boom, now she's gonna start serving guests. And he's gonna walk across the path here into the staff room and rest up. And there he goes. Oh, so we got a new challenge. Oh, we got a couple by the looks of it. So the balance we had seen, catch 3 pickpockets with security guard. I think we already got one. And the monthly profit of $1,000. So not difficult challenges. And in the challenge thing, you don't even have to worry about those. You can completely ignore them. But it is a way to give you a bonus $1,000 if you do get the challenge completed, which is always fun. Guests think multiple rides are a great value. That means I could charge more and they wouldn't complain. But since we are already generating a positive income, I don't think it's oh, that's not good. Oh, that's what I forgot, and that's why. So, I forgot to make the inspection time every 10 minutes so it doesn't break down as often. So that's added. Lots of little things you gotta remember to do, and it's quite easy to forget. So all these people are heading out of the queue. They're gonna be unhappy. They may even vandalize because they're annoyed they can't ride, and they waited in line. A lot of them are probably gonna leave the park because they don't want to ride Wild Blue, and you know this isn't working right now. What is our oh, there's our mechanic. So he's gonna come up the exit. He's gonna get inside. He's gonna go open the panel here. You can see it on the side of the booth, kind of this panel right here. He's gonna fix the ride, close the panel, leave. Then these guests trapped on the coaster are gonna be able to get out, and the ride will reopen. So here he comes. See, so he opens the panel. I mean, the little touches in this game are so good. So it goes in there. What do I need to do? By the way, the guests speak their own actual language. It's called Planko. And online you can find a Planko dictionary, so you know what they're saying. Because they didn't want it to be in English, like a one-language game, so they invented their own. And there, every time when the ride reopens, the confetti shoots out, and then look at the guests come running. So it doesn't look like a lot of guests left when that broke down, which is great.
Yeah.
They did come to the food area and the bathroom area. That's good. So the janitor just got out of the bathroom, so the cleanliness is right at the top again. And if you're not into or you want to speed this up, just like other simulators, you have the speed down here. You can change it with the O key, or you can click on here and speed up the simulation as you might be waiting for research to finish or whatnot. You don't want the game running at its regular pace. Um, Sometimes I speed up the game, but a lot of the time I like to watch just to see if I can see like weird things going on, like that were going on with these two shops and stuff like that. Um, all right, and now everybody's cleaning up. We've experienced our first breakdown and whatnot. Um, and that's going to be the end of my first episode of Planet Coaster post anniversary update and with all the DLC added. So my name's Gord the Canadian Gamer. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. That helps out a bunch. And I hope to see you next time, guys. And if you have any questions or whatnot, leave them in the comments. And I'll try and address any questions you have or whatnot if I happen to see them. This is basically like I see people on the forums asking like they're having trouble making money in the challenge mode and whatnot. My Dragonfire design is up on my Steam workshop page. It's under 0104, which is XHERO104. So you can download that and use it in your park rather than spending the time and effort building your first roller coaster that you need to. It's cheap, so it jumpstarts your park really well if you can put in a decent roller coaster at low cost. All right, guys. So thanks for coming out, and I hope to see you next time.